Now that the lath and plaster is all done, I'm deeming that my dirty demo, and now I'm working on the clean demo. So all of these boards, the strapping, it all has to go because I'm gonna be putting 6-inch studs in, and this is just in the way, it's unnecessary. So I'm gonna be removing all that, as well as taking down all the framing in here. The floorboards, it's really hard to see it's hard to see on camera, but it's very uneven. There's lots of stuff like this, like holes. There's here mouse holes, so they used to put tin can lids where there's mouse holes. So the floor is just not great. It's covered in lead paint, and then underneath there's some damage. Along some of the floorboards, the joists, there's damage like this crack, which is easy to fix underneath. But along up here, there's carpenter ant damage, as well as this big beam all the way along here on this big beam has damage, which has to be assessed. So I want to see what's going on the other side as well, so that if there's things that can be fixed, can do that. And just also to have a nice level floor and freshen it out. I know this is like the original wood and it's very exciting to have, but at the end of the day, I want a nice even floor. I want it to be clean. I don't want to deal with lead paint. It's so much work and so much potential for problems. I don't want to deal with it. In this section here, actually, you can kind of see right along there, you can kind of see there's a big divot right along this line. This is much higher and it kind of dips down like that. And then there's floor issues like this. There's these holes that I'm getting rid of. I don't know what's under there. And over on this side, just so much uneven and rot, and along with more damage actually. In here, there's really bad damage, which is a problem. So just opening things up just a little bit more to see what damage there is, see what can be fixed, and just, again, clean slate, make it neat. Yeah, so that's phase 2, is the clean demo. And I'm so excited to start it because I don't need a dumpster for it, because I have places I can put this wood instead of paying for a dump site. So here we go. sucks because some of this wood, like these boards, they're nice, beautiful 2x4s, but there's ones like this that are just so rotted out, so I don't want to keep them. And then the other issue, there's so many nails in a lot of them, which would be a pain, and then some of them are like broken off, like this one here. Nope. Right there, they're broken off inside the wood, so I wouldn't feel very confident planing them down. But they could be good for some rough cut projects, but I don't know. Maybe I'll save a couple of them. when you have floor joists, you're supposed to have the big, like, what is this, like 10 inches of wood holding everything up, which is great. I have that, except they cut notches. So really, my floors are being held up by 4 inches all the way across, except for at the ends where they're put in. But then you have stuff like this. It's not even all the way in. This has about an inch of wood holding that beam, that joist into the beam, which is just terrifying. Not nailed in, and about just the smallest amount keeping it in place. So that's why I'm taking out all the floor joists and replacing them with safe ones that are installed correctly and not as sketchy as possible. And it'll help level, because from here all the way down to the wall, there's about a 2-inch slope. Like, it's not, none of this is level whatsoever. And trying to play around and try to level it would be such a pain. So just doing it fresh, all nice, fresh, clean wood. So taking a lot more apart than I thought I was gonna be doing. So here is a good example as to why this way of doing the joists is not great. It's split right at the cut point, and that joist is no longer useful.
coming back for the camera. We're doing this one time. You get it. I crawl across the scary height. It's horrible. There we go. This is stupid. Oh.
Hi. Are you busy right now? When you're done that, can you come help me with something? Well, hey.
Just in the floor. I didn't know you were doing this.
Let me know when you know.
Is this attached?
It should be. Oh, there it is.
What's holding on? Oh, there's electrical here. That's why. Watch that board doesn't hit you.
You can just drop it. Oh, I messed up. Thanks! We have this really nice set of stairs. They're very nice, but they're covered in lead paint, which I have no interest in dealing with. The treads are also not technically up to code, and I'm going to be putting studs 6 inches out from the wall, so the whole stairway just has to come out. I'm also going to be putting the basement stairs under these stairs and getting rid of that second set of stairs. I'm gonna get fresh stairs and they're gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna save the banisters just to see if I can make them work down the line. But I'm not counting on it. I'm not gonna be upset if I can't.
You got a screwdriver? Ready for the crash? Jordan.
You gonna help me clean it up?
No, I did the fun part.
I got the results back from the floor and it has asbestos in it, so I have to get it professionally removed. And I've been dealing with it over the holidays, so it's pretty slow. But I'm hoping this week it gets taken out. There's not a big chunk, it's pretty small. So I'm hoping it gets taken out this week and then I can remove the rest of the floors and then I can start building. But yeah, bit of a bummer, bit of a delay, but it's nice to take a break, I guess.